Okay. Right, welcome to Treehouse number 18. Looks like we've got a good turnout today because Alex is in the house. Before I pass it over to Alex, I just want to give a quick shout out to Lee from Reliance IT for doing all that work on the public backlog items, getting a whole ton of those into the forum, which must have been a massive job. So thanks for that. And of course, thanks Peter for dealing with all those. And yeah, I'll pass it straight to Alex. All yours, Alex.
Okay, that was quick. Well, thanks for having me. It's always a little worrying, but I'm excited at the same time. Well, probably as several previous times when I was visiting Treehouse, I'll start by saying thank you for choosing Treepl. We really enjoy building the platform, so it hasn't go down. We didn't lose our fire, so to speak. So we're really excited about the platform, its current capabilities, and of course of what's coming. So thank you very much for choosing Treepl, and we hope and we'll do our best so it becomes one of the best business decisions you have ever made. When Adam asked me if there's anything we can share during the Treehouse, so I looked at the calendar and things we're planning to announce or delayed announcing. So I decided that we'll just get them all together and just present you them here, and we will do follow-up emails like we usually do on the new things that are coming to the platform. So I'll just give you a heads up on certain things. And one of the announcements you have seen today is the advanced ECE expert. So let me start by sharing my screen. Okay, can you see my screen? Now, before I need to open the chat window right away because I always. Okay, so I'll start with advanced BC expert. So basically, if you have an app already installed of one of your BC sites, you just click this button, and we have this new tab which allows you to export a website into a zip file. Here's a little example how it looks like. So you get the folders and the files, and you get two versions of the JSON and Excel as well. And we don't restrict you per like download. You just it's $19.99 per site. So you can do the export, pay it once, and if you come back, you can download the zip again and again. And you can also export certain types of certain parts of the website. So if you don't need the entire zip, so it's super simple. You don't have to register even with Treepl. Just enter your email and you get the link to your email address. The reason we did that, we discovered that it actually came from the community. So several partners were using the BC Exporter app, and they had certain difficulties. And even though they used the migration app, the BC Treepl app, they would prefer to have a copy of the entire data before removing the BC website. So we decided we're going to offer this since the functionality has been there. Extraction functionality has been there for many months. So we just expanded the functionality. So yeah, so there's nothing really add to it. Nothing else to add to it. We don't have any questions on this one. And in fact, every admin user can come here and download the zip, so you don't have to be, it's not per user, it's actually per site. Yes, and we have a separate page here where you can get all the info, and you download the app the same way you would do in the business catalyst migration page. Okay, let's move forward. One thing we didn't announce, and it was asked several times by several partners, is the incident report response plan. So some of you, especially bigger companies, bigger clients, they would ask what's the incident response plan. They require incident response plans from the platform that you use, and we now have this available on our website in a PDF version. So this is what we did, and which was enough for the client. And in fact, this also describes the incident we used to have like several months ago. I described all the details in Slack, and I gave you the report. So basically, that plan was implemented back in when that happened. So it's basically described here on this page. I just posted the link into the chat, and we're probably going to edit here together with the security overview a little later on. Okay, moving forward. One very important announcement that we made regarding the beta features. So on every Treepl site, on every Treepl website in the admin, we have these beta features. So, and as you know, as you probably heard, they have been here for a while, and we've been testing them thoroughly. And now we are forcing them to be enabled by default on every website with 5.6 release, which is going to be October 7th. So this will bring changes. This might change things on your website. And Vlad and Adam have created a detailed article on the documentation website on what changes you might want to do prior for these flags being enabled. Unfortunately, here's the statistics of the flags being enabled by Treepl users. So as you can see, it's very, very low. So we urge you to enable those flags and check your websites and check that article. Could you please post that article to the chat, Adam?
Yeah, just grabbing a link now.
So it's a separate article for each flag, right?
Yeah, we've got the advanced payment one, and I'm just posting one for liquid as well, moving from liquid 1 to 2. So I'll post that now.
Okay.
There we go.
Okay. Oh, Megan asked, where is the payment made for the zip download? Yeah, it's made right here on the, pay with PayPal. You pay that, and you will come back and you will, Vlad, we're sending an email, right? With a download link. Is that right?
No, I just write it. It's just to send you to the PayPal right away. And once it's been paid, it will post you back to the app. And once
so you can come back here and you get the link to download it, and we store it for 24 hours. Is that right?
Every download, every export, once it's made, it will be available for 24 hours. Once a day, it will be like deleted by trigger.
Okay, so you have to re-export it again, but you're not going to be charged.
Yeah, it will ask you to pay only one. So if it has at least one payment for the site, then every next exports will be like free because they are already paid. By the way, I want to tell one about the flags. That the transition from the liquid 1 to liquid 2 is it should be very fluent.
Fluent?
It should not cause any issues in 95% of cases, I guess. So the most crucial flag is the advance payment because it will if it will be not migrated using this article, then if you have business plan or higher, and if you have event subscriptions, paid event subscriptions, or basically these two options made, or if you have the subscription to secure zones, then it will be broken if it not be converted using this article, because they need to be the form HTML need to be a little bit fixed. So
Good. Can you toggle the flags on and off? In other words, if you enable and it breaks something, can you back out right away by checking the flag? I think we can, except for one. Is that right, Vlad?
so if we're talking about these two flags, so once we will force it enable it with the current sprint release, then we could manually tick them off only via the support ticket, but that capability will be allowed only for during the next sprint, because when we release the next sprint, these flags will be removed entirely. So, but partners could not tick them off by themselves starting once the current sprint will be released. So it would be better to check your sites before we release the current sprint.
We have 2 weeks. Okay, any other questions on this part? We added subscription via email to the system status. Now, this is super important because we're discussing how do we contact you guys in case of emergency, and not through email campaigns. And we do have in our MailChimp, we do have every partner's email, but some partners or associates are registered as in Treepl portal under like a corporate email, like admin, for example. And but sometimes we need to send information to employees of the partner of Treepl user, and there's really no way to do that. So we decided we're going to add the email subscription to the system status. So whenever we put anything in the system status and it's only system related, there's like no promotions, nothing, no birthday wishes or anything like that. So we highly recommend you subscribe to this feed, to the system status feed, to get all the important notifications. So things about the feature flags, we will mostly put them in here. So things like that, we will put the reminders in here. And as well as whenever we update the data centers and stuff, we message you using the system status feed. So let me put a link just in case if you forgot. So now whenever you subscribe, we have a separate subscription list and MailChimp, and it's being sent automatically. We usually, you mean for the, well, it depends on the maintenance that will occur, but it's the best to ask Alexei. He's responsible for that. Usually it's like 24 hours before, at least 24 hours before. Do we have Alexei here? I think we don't. Is it possible to get more notice with schedules, updates, and patches? That's a good question. Let me write it down, and I'll discuss this with Alexei, because there are several types of patches and updates that admin team performs that do not relate to the CMS. So let me write it down. because I need to communicate to various IT teams to give them heads up for any possible outages. Okay, but also, Alex, they now can subscribe to the system status themselves. Is that right? To get so many hours if possible. We might get an idea of white labeled system status, maybe. So it could be fed somewhere onto your website or admin. If you don't want your clients to get, exposed to Treepl's system status page. So if we get responses, if we get requests like that, I think we can think about something. 72 hours if possible. Okay, noted. So we had several questions about master plan. So I know that the master plan, Treepl's master plan was something that actually made a lot of you to sign up with Treepl in the very beginning, because we didn't. Master plan was pretty much the thing that we were able to show before actually handing you the actual CMS. So it has drastically changed since the beginning. It even changed the color. It was orange. It was on a Core Productions website back in the day. So officially, we have theoretically we have accomplished the master plan. It took us more than 2 years, although we're still working on features and improvements that are BC equivalent, things like, even if you go into Treepl backlog, we have page rollback option, which is a BC equivalent, and it has most votes. So we continue to work on improvements based on your feedback and your votes, and this is going to happen like most of the time. This is what we're mostly going to do until the very EOL. We're not going to introduce a new master plan because we noticed that it may play against us. At some point, our master plan has started to play against us as well, because it was, whenever a Treepl partner or a former BC partner who considers Treepl as an ultimate solution would come to the master plan page and see certain things unfinished, they would get there would be an extra reason for them to wait and hold off and not migrate to Treepl. And if we, create another master plan, it's going to be exciting. It's because we have a lot of ideas and a lot of opportunities right now. Most of them are beyond the BC scope, of course. But we decided we're not going to do that until the EOL of Business Catalyst EOL. So to not distract our community from migrations, which are very, very, which is a very important subject, and I'll share about and you'll understand why in fun facts section of our presentation about the $0 migration offer that we had recently. So no master plan for now, and mostly the Treepl backlog is the thing that we're mostly focused on, the feedback that you guys give us. Also, I highly recommend you to use your votes, because we still have way too many partners that are not using their votes for some reason. And we made it super convenient for you to be able to vote right from the portal. So you have your votes here, and it's super easy. We also did the favorites, so it's all based on your feedback. We spent a lot of time and efforts on this, so we would really appreciate if you would use this, and it really, really, really helps us to prioritize features. I don't love the new tired backlog system where we can only vote on vetted items. That's a good point, Alex. The reason why we did that is, again, coming from the community, because you asked us to set the complexity and time frame for certain items, and when we do have both the complexity and time frame, it's easier for us to plan for things. Yeah, so for us it would be more convenient when we allow you to vote for things that have been reviewed and estimated. Page rollback. Now that the master plan will request the guides be reviewed faster. Yeah, it's a good point, Lee, and I'm actually having this little struggle with the team because I want them to review and estimate everything today, but Vlad is really against that because, and the reason is because it takes a lot of time on the entire team, and we only do that once a week because otherwise we wouldn't have enough time for development of the current sprint. No matter what we do, the same developers that develop the system are the same developers who would review the items and estimate them. So there's nothing else we can do. The only way to make it faster is just expand the team, even though we are at the highest capacity we have ever been development wise. We're still looking to expand the team. I actually want to triple it by the end of next year. I want to have 3 teams working in Treepl by the end of next year. So we hope we'll be able to do that. So grow the team and have things done quicker. And again, just you probably noticed that backlog activity in both in forum, then the new features emerging has increased, which probably will tell you that, which means that there are more and more users using Treeple now. So we have that activity in the last 2-3 months, which is great. We love seeing the new sites coming in and hitting our records. And within that, we also see way more feedback and way more activity in the backlog. So naturally, I hope we'll just grow the team and make things deliver quicker and reviewed quicker. Yes, Alex. Well, basically, we may take like a week off just to review and estimate things. Do you think Vlad, we can like do that crazy week? If is it possible to, like, after one of the sprints, we just take and name it like a.
It's absolutely possible between sprints. Why not?
And we can also make it like invite maybe some of the authors of the features to like meetings and discuss them, because we tried this. We tried integrating you guys, involving you into the development process. We have run a little experiment just recently. I'll share some details. It's actually coming next, and it has proven to be absolutely wonderful. So yeah, we can totally do that. Maybe after the next sprint, because next sprint is going to be very small. So far, I get most reviews directly via support case. Okay. So back to the so as I mentioned on the regarding the experiment that we ran, we use this software, Microsoft software, where we manage the development of the system, where we assign tasks and everything. Vlad, how does that software is called? I always forget. VSTS?
Yeah.
It's called VSTS. I have no idea how that.
Azure DevOps is calling it. It's calling right now Azure DevOps.
Azure DevOps. So we use this software where we describe all the tasks, and it's been managed in English. Of course, all the description has been is given to developers in English. So what we did, we invited, and so a little rewind a little bit. So we have this issue of misunderstanding when we get a description of the task, and you guys help us a lot with these discussions on the forum, and thank you, Lee, thank you, Peter, thank you, Alex, for spending your time and giving us a lot of, especially in Zapier. Zapier is a very good example. Give us a lot of details. So we take all that and we accumulate that, make that, turn it into description, and we give it to developers, and we have several grooming sessions with developers where we go through things. We have a design stage and all that. So on top of that, we ran a little experiment. We invited Adam, a person who writes the documentation, to read through the description and see the description and communication between developers and Lod, so he can give any feedback right in the middle of the development of the certain feature. And that experiment turned out with some great results because Adam was able to predict several use cases that would turn out into new public backlog requests, and which would bring some frustrations for those who were waiting for those features. So we have saved some I would say weeks of development on certain things with help of that. With help of Adam's feedback. So now we decided we're going to add Adam on a constant basis, so he has full access to our team management. So he fully reviews and monitors the description of each task on every stage, which will turn out in better quality and less typos. Yeah, I'll mention on the next sprint. The next sprint will be 3 weeks. And it's going to be more Treepl portal related. Why? Because we need to change our environment. So basically, we have to make some serious changes in the environment, so our QA would get better and things would get developed faster and deployment would become faster. While we're going to do that, we're going to have our senior developer infrastructure dev work on that. While he's going to do that, we're not going to develop CMS. We're not going to work on the CMS, but we're going to switch to Portal a little bit, and I'm going to present the features that we will present in the end of October, which mostly relate to Treepl Portal. Jack, how do you know about the new data center? That should have been a surprise, a cherry on the cake. Okay, so $0 migration. So we had this offer, and so it's lasted 116 days. As you remember, we have canceled our migration fees entirely. So if you were a Treepl partner, you could have migrated using the BC Treepl app. Don't pay any migration fee if you make the site live before September 1st. So the migration offer has lasted 160 days total. And I know some of you have abused the offer by making the site live without even making all the fixes, which was smart, which was actually very smart. There were a lot of there were several smart partners who actually, some asked us if it's okay, if it's legal, some didn't. They just went through the first step of activation and just stuck there, and those sites, some sites are still there at the first step, and it's legal. We're not going to force those partners to pay the migration fee. But the interesting fact is that the offer has lasted 116 days. but 59.8% of sites were activated in the last 24 hours of the offer, which gives us a very interesting perspective on the Business Catalyst EOL, which is going to happen in 1 year from now. It has the overall numbers has exceeded our expectations. We had several forecasts depending on certain analytics that we have, the number of sites that Treepl partners have, the number of Treepl partners that we have. So we had several forecasts, predictions, and the total number of sites that activated has exceeded our very positive forecast by 120%, which was excited. It was interesting 24 hours of our lives. Yeah, and we actually did bets, to be honest, entirely in the team, and we had the winner. Okay, so that's yeah. So that was our the amount of money that we have Treepl partners have saved with this offer is enormous. If we would have received those money in the migration fees, we would have probably tripled or quadrupled our team by now already. But it was great to see that there's still many sites remained on the platform, and those numbers that we get from VC, they actually prove to stack up. Okay, let's move forward. Yeah, so right now we're entering the migration season, because in 2 days we're gonna have 1 year before EOL take 2. So we have announced that already once, and then was extended. I have contacted VC team recently, asked them if they're going to extend it one more time. They have assured me that they won't again. So well, we'll see. But we're entering the migration season. According to our statistics, that based on the information that you guys gave us, when you signed up, the vast majority of BC sites from the Treepl community were not that are accumulated by Treepl partners are not migrated, so they're still with the BC. So, and the best is yet to come, so to speak. So as we enter the migration season, we are making the migration fixes as affordable as possible. So we added this banner in Treepl portal, and we make it $20 an hour. And we also made the new form where you can quickly submit the website to, and we give you the estimate for the migration fixes for your migrated website with the BC to Treepl app. You can also, if you don't want to use the BC to Treepl app and make do things from scratch, do site redesign and stuff, we offer all those services. So we developing that direction more and more now. And in fact, before I forget, there will be a separate email blast on that, and Violetta we will announce this in the email blast. But we canceled our hourly packages and we made it super simple now. So we basically turn everything into amount packages. So basically you just get a balance. Like, for example, you pay $4,000, but you get $5,000 in prepaid balance, and we give you the estimate like we used to in the amount, in the dollar amount, but you'll be able to pay with your prepaid balance and save up to $250. So we have this new package. So we made it super simple. So it actually may get down to $15 an hour for migration fixes if you go with the highest package. So we try to make it as affordable as possible, and so you guys could. I know it's really challenging to sometimes sell the migration, but we hope it's going to help out to some of the partners that need help with migrations. How is services free time now for sideways development? I'm not sure I understand the question. Maybe you could take the microphone.
I just meant you mentioned sideways development through Treepl services, and now that you're reached after the next sprint, will you have a lot more free time to do other development that isn't directly related to migration?
I think I missed that. Can you repeat that again?
Sorry.
That's fine.
Will you have more time to do development that isn't migration related once you pass this first sprint, this next sprint?
You mean the development of like other services like markup, JavaScript, and things like that?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's we're actually hiring 2 new developers just to add to the team. So depending on the flow or the workflow, we're just going to increase the team and add more and more developers. So there shouldn't be any delays or refusals like for some type of work. We're trying to have enough resources available through Treepl services. So as far as I know right now, like we are fully taking in all the projects, so there's no overload. The only thing is the only thing that has suffered, that's actually a good thing that you asked, is templates. During the $0 migration offer, we had been overloaded with migration fixes, and we had to take the devs from the templates team and basically do the migration fixes. I hope we can fix that and add more developers to the Treepl services team and to have the templates team back to their normal pace. Unfortunately, we had the max template. I know it's been anticipated by several partners. So it has been delayed because of that, but I hope it's going to pick up within the upcoming months.
Great, thank you.
Okay. Yep, you're welcome. So, okay, let me mention that. Okay, so we noticed that the most active group of partners during summer were from eastern part of USA, which is a little unexpected. So therefore, we would like to introduce the new data center, and it's so we now have one in Oregon. It's USA Oregon. It's west, so we're now going to have US2 data center in Virginia. It's going to be available starting this sprint, so October 7th. You'll be able to choose that in the list. If you want to move your existing sites to US Virginia, you will need to submit a support ticket, and you will also be required to change IP address for those websites. Yes, templates will be updated with the latest liquid, and that's Michael's responsibility to have all the templates get updated. Right now, I know they're going to do update for the Google Maps, but yes, if you see some inconsistency and things not up to date with templates, I suggest you can contact Michael directly in Slack, and yeah, he would be responsible, or in email. I know there's if you go to our blog, You'll get his info. It's right. You can contact him in mail or even Facebook. He posts all the updates on templates in Treepl's blog. Okay, let's move further. We extended our support. We're making it better. So we now have quite more sites than we used to have. So starting September, we actually extended our support from ticketing. I mean, through ticketing from 9/5 to 12/5. So from 9 hours, 5 days a week to 12 hours, 5 days a week. So we now live chat, and we would have a manager in duty available 5 a.m. to 5 p.m. UTC. And we started that as an experiment in September. But also starting in October, we're going to launch another experiment. We're going to have support tickets for Australian and New Zealanders. We're going to extend so you're going to get replies during the nighttime here in Ukraine. So you should get better support through tickets starting October 1st. It's going to be, again, a little experiment. You're going to get surprised actually how we're going to do that when you're going to realize how we do this. But we don't put any commitments on our website yet. We're just going to run a little month experiment and see how it goes and what kind of feedback do we get. But it should work out pretty well. So we're really excited about that. We've been waiting for this for a pretty long time. Yeah, especially AU. Okay, so the last thing that we were going to actually announce end of this week, it was 28th September, as we have updated our partner program, and you probably have seen that already. And this relates to the portal changes that we're going to do in the next sprint. So we now changed our partner program to reseller program, and we added a new a user type called agency. Well, the first thing I'm going to start with partners. We're adding direct billing to Treepl portal. We're starting as the Treepl partner. You'll be able to your customers will be able to pay for the plans directly. And let me show you how it's going to look like. So we basically, there's an Visio. We're basically in the portal. You'll be able to enable the activation steps on the admin of the websites, and so to perform them right inside the admin rather than just Treepl portal. So when you click the gear icon, you'll see the billing section, and that's where the activation will pick up. So your clients will be able to pay from here and also set up their primary domains right through the admin of the website. So sometimes it's convenient for if the customer has their own IT department and they need access to those settings. And by the way, yeah, so this is how it's going to look like. So it's going to be in the settings. So also for agencies, we're going to add a new feature. It's going to allow you to add a customizable commission from the Treepl portal for those clients who want to be billed directly. So you'll be able to set your own commission, and for either monthly or yearly, percentage-wise or amount-wise. It's going to be percentage or amount, and there will be it's going to be distributed payment from PayPal, so they will be invoiced by Treepl, but you will get the commission that you enter from the Treepl portal. So, but that feature is going to be unique to for agencies. I will answer that question, Lee. I'll go through the features, and then I'll answer the question about the upgrades. Also, there's another feature that's been requested, that's been mentioned several times. We decided to add, which is a step above what we guys had in BC, is granular white labeling. So basically, now you're able to, currently you're able to change your branding inside Treepl portal, which picks up for all the sites that you have. And what we're going to add is ability to change logo and the background, both for login page and for the admin inside the actual admin of the website. And partners will be admin users will be able to do that themselves. So if you have a client who wants to see their logo instead of yours, they will be able to do that both on the login and when they're logged in. So we called it granular white labeling, and it's going to be available for agency level users. Yeah, so right here. So managed from the site's admin. So if you have everything by default, they're gonna your logo will be there. But if you want to change it for a certain website, you go to the admin, you get it and change it through the admin. Aaron. Okay, next feature we have is customizable commission. Oh yeah, by the way, the on the resellers directory listing, so current partner directory, we're going to differentiate the partners from agencies a little bit. So partners will have this kind of icon, and agencies will have this icon. So whenever prospects come, they can see which are agencies and which are partners. What else we have here? Okay, for agencies, we also make the advanced export app free, so you don't have to pay those $20. So it's just free as well. And another interesting move, we decided to make the BC to Treepl app free for agencies users as well. So you're basically going to have $0 migration until the very until the very BC EOL. Another great feature, probably, my second favorite, is the portal users. So that one is really exciting. Let me show you how it's going to work. So in my details, whenever you go to my details as a agency user, you will have portal users next to my branding, and you can invite admin users. You can delete admin users, portal users. I'm sorry. To your portal, and basically those users will not take any admin user slots, so they're not even going to be visible from the admin user. So this is good for agencies who have staff overseas or internally, and they're changing. So basically, you add them here, and you're also going to be able to see whether they use 2FA or not, and you can force them or not. And the only restrictions we put for now was they're not able to remove websites, live websites. Is that right, Vlad? What are the restrictions that we add in here?
I guess only that they could not remove sites, and then that they could not invite new users in the portal user tab. They basically have no portal user tab at all.
Yeah, so it's convenient if you have employees, new employees coming in and going out, going away. So yeah, Catherine, they're going to have access to everything. So basically, right now, I know with we have Treepl partners, these are they're split into groups. One is just a one-man shop when one user uses the portal to create sites and everything. But we have like companies like Reliance IT, for example. They have one master account, and they have many employees that come and go, and they just want to give access to all sites under Treepl portal to those users. At the same time, having some control. So basically, this is for those type of users, for more corporate. In the long run, depending on how many agencies we have and what kind of feedback we get, we can pretty easily like add restrictions. Like the initial idea that I had was to have the same functionality. Where's the admin? Let me find the Treepl admin. Remember where we have the roles and the permissions for each role in Treepl's admin. I thought we were going to make it that granular, but it would take a little more time. But we decided, okay, we're going to cover the basic needs that agencies have right now, and within time, we're just going to add more restrictions for users. We also debated a little bit how many users, portal users, we should have, and we decided we're going to, for now, restrict it to 20. But if you need more, just let us know, and we'll investigate your case and maybe have increased that. Also, okay, where's the? We also give 100 trial sites limit to agencies. I forgot to mention that. Okay, and my probably most favorite feature, I know you guys are going to ask already, you're going to ask this to be moved to partners, but we're going to allow import and export of modules, and both the nested, both single and nested modules. So let me show you how it's going to work. There's nothing really, no. Oh, so basically you'll be able to export an existing module. And in what format? Is that JSON format, Vlad? It's like a JSON file?
Yeah, it should be, probably would be a JSON file that will have all the module data, like settings, site properties, layouts. And
yeah,
and if it like has a nested structure like the blog, it will export both blog and blog posts. And if it has relation to any other modules via data sources, it will like get that LSS as well. So.
Yeah, and the feature to import a module. So whenever you create a new module, you'll have this new link to import a module with all the settings and everything. And by the way, here's the, I think some of you have, I think Tim was looking for this one. So this is how we're going to enable and disable all module items for search engines. It's going to be a little toggle over here. Yeah. So this is the changes that we have for agencies. These changes will become available starting October 28th, except the customizable commission will need another sprint for that one. So this one's going to be a little later. And the agency, we cost $4,999. But if you sign up, upgrade to agency before October 28th, you'll be able to save $1,000. So for partners, it's going to be $2,000 extra instead of $3,000. And you can start upgrading whenever you want until October 28th. Starting October 29th, when we make it full price, we're also going to add an installment plan for new users. So whoever wants to upgrade from the free user. And also I almost forgot one very important thing. All funds that we get for agency upgrades, we're gonna spend on expanding the team 100%. So we will add more developers both to the CMS and the templates team will also get the more resources to have things delivered quicker. Okay, do we need import export on partner sites? I know, guys, I knew that you're gonna ask that, but we need to grow the team. Let it be my official objection to that. Oh, by the way, I can share on how I want to. Eventually, I want by the end of the team, I want to have three development teams. One working on Portal, exclusively on Portal, because we have some great ideas about that. Another working on the CMS, and the third team working on extensions. So we have a very interesting vision for, we call them native extensions for Treepl, and we want the separate team with separate project manager to lead that and work separately with the community on that direction. So this is our plan. Let me read some questions. I know we can't have it all, but curious what your plan is to help current partners integrate into the agency plan. Any special way by Lee for this? Well, the only thing we can do right now is have that $1,000 off before October 28th. So that's our way of helping the partners and the associates to get those features. Any other questions? The app is free. So basically, the migration rates that we have over here, they're going to be canceled for agencies until the very end. So it's $0. It's actually steal if you have like 10 sites left on BC, and you plan to migrate them to Treepl. It was kind of tempting for us to not do that, but I just really want to grow the team and have the things developed quicker. I just don't have patience to wait. So we decided to cancel it. So basically, it's the $0 migration offer that we used to have in the summer. For agencies, it's going to be until the very business catalyst end of life. Oh, Ryan, you missed. Okay, Ryan, I'm going to give you a separate demo, but agency versus partner if you want. It's always a pleasure. Yeah, we're going to do that. We plan to do this the 28th, 27th, the end of this week. So we're going to do a separate email campaign on the agency. Yeah. Any other questions? I'll stop sharing for now.
Actually, I just had sort of one question. With those extra features that you showed under the gear icon for like the...
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, that's a good one. I actually missed it. The empty cache.
Oh, no, I didn't see that. I was just going to ask, will those features, because they're now accessible in the site admin, will they be controllable under the admin users, like the granular, like to be able to turn those off for our clients if we don't want them to access those?
The direct billing, for example, it's going to be, they're going to be on the activation step 1 in Treepl portal.
Yeah.
There will be a checkbox called enable direct billing. Whenever you enable that, your in the admin user will start seeing this option.
Okay.
So if you don't enable that from the portal, they're not going to see it. So it's total control by the partner.
Okay. And what about the custom branding? Will we be able to control that in the admin user? I'm just completely forgot what it's called now. Like
that's a good question.
Roles.
Hey Vlad, yeah, that's a very good question. Hey Vlad, can we make it like customizable so partner would uncheck that in the permissions list, like an extra checkbox, and whenever it's checked, it's the custom branding appears here.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that's a good feedback. Yeah, we'll definitely do
We
that.
could also add it. We could add it in two ways. Basically, we could add it into the restrictions of the site. So, and we could add it the same as direct billing to the site settings in the portal.
Yeah, actually, the portal would be better.
Yeah, because
I
it's
think
like
it would be better.
it's like similar features, like the more partner-wise and client-wise.
Yeah, and we also have empty image cache coming. I forgot to mention that. So
excellent.
there's just I think some of you have stumbled upon issue with images and stuff. Okay, let me see the. Where can I find the detail about what needs to be done before October? There's a blog post, I think. It was a long time ago. Let me see. Did we have a blog post lot on this one? We had an email blast on that one. So basically, to answer your question, there are 3 links. We're gonna do an email blast. We're gonna do a notification in the system status with links to the articles one more time. So make sure you subscribe to system status right here, Warren. And I'll make a note also to send you that email. Where do we subscribe to system status emails? Right here. Can you see my screen? Any other questions?
I do have a quick question.
Sure.
Really great to hear about Treepl's growth. I know it was a slower than you would have liked start, but as we get closer to the EOL, I know that number is going to continue to rise for you. So just really happy that more partners are coming on board and more sites are being activated. And I'm just curious to know at this point about how many partners do you have on Treepl and about how many live sites have been activated?
I'm not going to share on the number of live sites, but I will share the number of partners. You know, that question was like an elephant in the room. It feels like everybody's curious about that, but
everybody's curious, and you're the only one who knows.
Yeah, I'll stop my screen for now so I don't share you anything. Okay, we have 92 partners and 9 associates. So the partner growth hasn't been for us as active as we anticipated, but we have over 200 active free users. So those users that we consider becoming partners that actively use the system, some of them have live websites with Treeple. Yeah, so the growth that we have was prior to the $0 migration offer, less than about 50% of Treeple partners were active, like they had one or more live website. So that has changed dramatically with the dollar migration, with $0 migration offered. So that has started, and we have changed leaders. So the leader that we used to have for several months has is actually, it's not you, Jason.
It's not us.
It's not you. It's not Hazel Media anymore.
Well, now that everybody knows it's not us, who is it?
No, I'm not gonna tell you. And actually, you're not number 2 either. So, yeah. And Genie Corp, they have been like a leader for over a year since the beginning. They're like way. I actually pinged them like, are you even alive? Like, what happened? Moving to WordPress and what's going on? So yeah, we're excited to see. It was a little intimidating, to be honest, because at one point the statistics that we had on the BC sites, number of BC sites that you guys have, was so different from what we see in the activation phase. So we were like, and then we compared it to what BC has sent us, and we were like, why those numbers so different? But it stack up in actually with this offer. So it got aligned. So we see that those sites are there, and they will eventually lend to the platform, and a good portion of them has already. So it was great to see. There's one thing that to satisfy your curiosity a little bit. There's another good positive thing is when we created a business plan for the 2020 for the number of live sites with our investor, and we created that we had predictions for every month, starting January until the EOL. So even with the coronavirus, we were able to hit every mark that we had for the activation phase and for the profit as well, which is a huge thing for our investor, because with his other projects, they have lost some good amount of money, and they're really excited about Treepl, and they're excited that they took the investment from other projects and give it to us when we created a deal. So they're really excited they made that choice and invested to the platform. It was a very good timing for them. So we're really excited, but we want to expand more. There are way more. We have way more capabilities and capacity to deliver quicker and bigger things. And don't want to tease you. Maybe we're going to have some another meeting for active partners closer to end of the years and maybe beginning of next year. So, and we will show you and things that we already work on that are not in the public roadmap. So those things that actually make me excited most, even more than migrations, to be honest. I hope that helps a little bit. Jason. Okay, there are some more questions. Account suspensions there's hard suspension and soft suspension this is for those partner end users that don't pay for the website. So we have a functionality to give them a soft suspension or hard suspension. This is a tool for partners. You can play with that. It's actually pretty cool, and you can customize those messages as well. I know that some partners are using that heavily. Okay. There are any questions, let me know. Maybe you can ask them vocally. What's the process when a direct build client stops paying? Very good question. What did happen in BC? We're probably going to go from there. So we're going to find out what BC did, and that's what we're going to do. that's the best way for, to not get blamed. Oh, coronavirus. Yeah, I was sick with that twice, according to my doctor. Luckily handled it, but I'm sure we're all gonna pass this through. I honestly, we afraid of quarantine more than I'm afraid of the coronavirus. So I hope the quarantine is not gonna come back. BC sends an email to the customer, and if they don't pay, they disable admin. I'm gonna do just same. Has your team stayed healthy through the past few months? That's a very good question. Thank you, Scott. So here's how it works. We had 2 employees that had coronavirus confirmed. It's me and one of the admins. We've fully recovered and operate as normal. We have about 3 or 4 employees that prefer to work from home, not to get sick, but majority of the team works from the office in the normal mode, and they're healthy. Thanks for asking, Scott. And did we have where's Scott? I don't see Scott. Oh, he's hidden. So mysterious man didn't visit this time.
I think he's lurking in the background somewhere, just not in my picture.
Okay, well, usually he takes that place at that sofa.
Oh, I see him on the call.
Oh, gotcha. I think we're good.
Thanks very much for that, Alex. It's a lot to take in. a lot of good stuff there.
We have I'm sorry, there's a question. Alex, I'm sure Treepl has a succession plan in place. Getting colonized stuff made you think about that? What do you mean succession plan?
I think it means basically what happens in the event of something catastrophic.
Event of something catastrophic. Well, I think that well, it's a conversation more about the our future plans. In moment of crisis, usually people pick solutions that are more affordable. So I think on the open market, coronavirus actually places us in a decent position comparing to our competitions in the open market, such as at the moment I consider Shopify. This is one of the directions we will move forward, and the managed WordPress. So this is a second direction. So for both cases, we will be promoting Treepl as a competitive solution, like a really competitive solution. We don't have any plans to increase our pricing in the nearest future, but we have very serious plans to make our platform better with the same pricing. So, and that places us into very beneficial position towards both Shopify and hosted and managed WordPress, such as WP Engine. So I believe there are some very good opportunities created by coronavirus for Treepl, and we definitely look into using those opportunities as much as possible within the next year or two. Oh, if I go down and function without me, you mean? Actually, yes, that's a very good question. My current position in the company is mostly a fixer and the observer. So I don't have any routine work. I mostly do things that pop up. So the way that we have during the last year, we really turned a lot we made a lot of efforts in organizing the administration, so things are working predictably, and without my personal, for example, my personal interference. And for those things, Vlad is a more responsible person, so he sees it as administrator by type. So that process is more is already organized. We do have financial wise and all that. The legal stuff is carried out by another person that you never introduced, and probably is gonna become ever visible. He's a U.S. citizen and he handles all that stuff. So I don't really affect the operations, to be honest. Although it might seem that I do, I don't. I'm sorry I didn't maybe fulfill some of your expectations. Yeah, the team already functions without me. 100%. My main work that I do that relates to the CMS currently is prioritization. So whenever we have planning meetings, and on those meetings I basically decide what features are coming next, and if I'm not there, or if I don't have any decisions, we just rely on the backlog, and we have more and more of that stuff coming in, more of that workflow working now. So backlog, which is the community, is affect the future of the platform and its development more and more. I like building systems that work and operate. That's my probably strategist is probably my favorite work to do. So that's how we're changing. There's a really good book about that, things that we learn. I can maybe send a link sometime. It's super famous. What happens if you go? You two are allowed to fly together. That's a good one. Yeah, me and Vlad. That's probably we're never gonna fly together. One of us should take a boat. Okay, guys. Thanks for shying me to death. Thanks for choosing Treepl. Actually, you can't imagine how much we enjoy building the platform. Like the entire team, we just love doing that, and it's been the best thing we have ever done. And so I've been in this business starting 2006, 2005. The enjoyment that we get is just enormous. And thanks for choosing Treepl, and the best is yet to come.
Awesome. Thanks.
Have a good one. Yep. You're welcome. Have a great day. Good night, and we'll see you soon.